In the last financial year, over 6,100 prior information notices, or PINs, worth a whopping £207 billion were published by the UK public sector. These PINs are meant to alert suppliers to upcoming procurement opportunities. Under the new 2023 Procurement Act, PINs are set to be a thing of the past. Say hello to Planned Procurement Notices. Keep watching to learn all about this new notice type, how public bodies are meant to use it, and what it means for both suppliers and buyers. Let's get started. So for some context, let's focus on the notice type that is set to be replaced, Prior Information Notices, or PINs. PINs are public notices used by government buyers wishing to procure complex products or services. They signal to the wider market that the buyer has a specific upcoming commercial need. When published online, a PIN formally marks that a preliminary market consultation has begun. Tussell data shows that the number of PINs published by public sector bodies has climbed by 128% between FY16-17 and FY23-24. Suppliers use PINs to anticipate upcoming opportunities in the public sector. Each new PIN marks an opportunity for the buyer or customer and supplier to explain more about themselves and their respective organisation before the formal procurement process begins. Under the 2023 Procurement Act, PINs are set to be replaced with two new types of pre-market engagement notices, Planned Procurement Notices and Preliminary Market Engagement Notices. In this video, let's focus on the first one, Planned Procurement Notices. So, what are they? Much like PINs, Planned Procurement Notices are an optional notice type that contracting authorities can use in the pre-procurement stage to provide advance notice of an upcoming procurement. Designed to give as much information to the market as possible, Planned Procurement Notices enable potentially interested suppliers to determine in advance if an upcoming procurement is something that they might want to bid on. The new notice type is intended to give suppliers more time to prepare for bidding. As such, Planned Procurement Notices may be published anytime between 40 days and 1 year before the publication of an official tender notice. So how do they differ to their close relative, the Preliminary Market Engagement Notice? Well, Preliminary Market Engagement Notices are similar to Planned Procurement Notices in that they may be published by contracting authorities in the pre-procurement period. However, unlike Planned Procurement Notices, Preliminary Market Engagement Notices are used to mark the beginning of an active market consultation process. A Preliminary Market Engagement Notice may be published before or after a Planned Procurement Notice. Contracting authorities may also wish to publish only one or neither of these notice types. So what's contained in a Planned Procurement Notice? Planned Procurement Notices should give as much information about the upcoming tender as possible at the time of publishing. However, the Cabinet Office recognises that 12 months before a tender notice is released, a contracting authority might not be able to provide a full list of details. For this reason, contracting authorities are permitted to edit and update Planned Procurement Notices throughout the pre-procurement period. So, what are the pros and cons of contracting authorities using Planned Procurement Notices? On the plus side, Planned Procurement Notices have been designed to give suppliers as much information as possible in advance of a tender notice being published. In theory, this should afford suppliers extra time to get their team and business ready months before an upcoming tender. By publishing a Planned Procurement Notice and alerting the market early, buyers are permitted to reduce the length of the tendering period from 25+ days to only 10 days or more. On the other hand, critics of the Procurement Act have voiced concern that the shortened tendering period could make it harder for SMEs with smaller bidding teams to compete with larger businesses. Also, whilst advanced publishing of Planned Procurement Notices should give suppliers more notice of upcoming tenders, relaxed rules around what information needs to be included on those Planned Procurement Notices may render them less useful than longer tendering periods. Others have noted that the new notice type may be unintentionally misleading. This is because whilst Planned Procurement Notices should be published when a contracting authority intends to publish a tender notice, contracting authorities are perfectly entitled to change their mind and are under no obligation to actually carry out the procurement. Instead of following up on a Planned Procurement Notice with a tender notice, procurement teams may instead end up procuring the contract via a dynamic market, or they may scrap the project altogether. This may lead to sales teams investing time and resources into preparing for an upcoming procurement that never ends up happening. What does this all mean? Planned Procurement Notices are just one piece of the Procurement Act's ambition to make public procurement more transparent for suppliers. This new notice type could give suppliers longer to prepare for future tender opportunities and allow buyers to prepare the market for upcoming procurements. At the end of the day, we'll just have to wait and see until after October to see how often and how effectively Planned Procurement Notices are being used. To help you get prepared, we've bundled together all of our Procurement Act resources and explainers over on our new Procurement Act Hub. Head over to tussell.com/Procurement Act Hub to get up to speed. We'll be releasing loads of new videos to help you prepare for the Act. Click subscribe to get notified whenever we do. I've been James, catch you next time.